And you submitted a proposal, and maybe it didn't get approved, and they said, why? Why didn't it get approved? And you may say, I don't know. This tells you why it didn't get approved. This tells you what makes a good proposal, what makes a not so good proposal, and how you can make it a better proposal. And then we talk about the specific objectives of what these should be. So down at the bottom of page 1, it says Community Resilience Activity Project and Activity Objectives. These are the things that we want to meet in order to fulfill the PSP goal. Okay? So the overall idea of the PSP is that we want to have healthy children, healthy communities, healthy schools. We want to build networks. And these are basically the very few things that would enable those things to happen. These are the things that makes a school activity happen. These are the objectives right at the top of the page. And they make sense. So if we want to have healthy and happy children in our schools, it makes sense that we want to work with students and teachers to develop activities that encourage communal problem solving, to address issues that face the school. These all make sense, okay? So it's nothing new. It's, again, we just reworded it so it's easier for people to understand. So, again, you identify the needs. Maybe you can do a formal mapping exercise. You don't always do it, but sometimes you do. You identify what already is available in the community or the school, so those are your resources. And then you say, how can they use what they already have to meet their need? And how will they use what they want to meet their need? So you have to look at what they have and what they're going to contribute to the activity or project, and how they'll use what they want to get from us to actually meet that objective. Does that make sense? Before we get to that, I want to talk to you about the good stuff, which is the money. How much money is there available? From other branches that I've talked to, they have said, right, you have this much money you can spend, that's it. You have a lot more money than you think you have. And if you've been told differently, then I apologize from American Red Cross. But now I'm going to show you just how much money there is available for activities in the schools, activities in the communities, and projects in the communities. And we want you to use that. Why? Because the American people have given this money to use in Sri Lanka. If we don't use it here, we take it back. We don't want to take it back. So we want you to use as much money as there is available on good projects and good activities. For schools that are new, let's say you say, you know, at 15, that's nothing. We want to do 50, 60, 70. You can do as many as you want, as long as they're good proposals. And you can do up to 3 activities through June, and each one can cost $1,000 US. Okay? Can I have someone translate that so I make sure everyone understands that?
Again, අපි දැනටවත් දන්න දෙයක් මම හිතන්නේ. දැන් අපි දන්නවනේ අපිට ස්කූල් පැත්තේ එක ප්‍රත්‍යක්ෂ ක්‍රියාකාරකම් වුණේ මම දන්නේ 1,50,000ක් තියෙනවා. ප්‍රත්‍යක්ෂ ක්‍රියාකාරකම් කීයද ස්කූල් දෙන්නේ දෙකක්.
Thank you. Community resilience. These are activities. Community resilience, communities where you already work. How many communities do you have? 50. 15. Pretty good. Okay. You can spend $200 per activity in those communities where you already are, and you can do up to 7. So you can have $1,400 for each of your communities through June. After June, from June to December, you can do 2 activities, and you can spend $150 a piece. So it's an extra $300 from July until December. Make sense? Okay? Is that a new figure for you?
No.
No, it's not. Okay. Can I have a translation? Okay. And so if you want to do more than 15 communities, if you want to go into new communities, we want that. So if you do a new community, you can go do up to 7 resilience activities in each community. And each of those activities we can fund up to $300 US. So you have $2,100 that you can spend through June in a new activity. And then from July until December, we'll fund another 2. We'll pay $150 for each activity, so that's another $300.
Already translated.
Okay. All right. So let me move on to projects. Projects is
I
actually
have a problem there.
yes.
So in community based activities,
I'm sorry, community or school?
Community based activities
Yes.
in FY09,
Yes.
there are activities, 2 activities can be done in FY9,
FY09. Yes.
and in school no funds do not be granted funds to conduct these activities in FY9.
Yeah, that's right.
Only community
And the
activities.
reason is your schools are closed in August. That's right. And then from September to December, we're trying to close down the program, as you know. So we don't want to fund any activities for schools just because they're closed for most of that final fiscal year. But then, you can be creative and think, wait a minute, the school is in the community, so you can apply for a community activity proposal and just use it in the school. That's okay. Because the school is in the community. They're very interchangeable.
No, Nancy, it's not practical because sometimes they are new schools, newly trained schools.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes. It's okay? Did I answer your question? Okay.
It's okay.
I know. But again, if you want to be creative, you can make it into a community activity for that fiscal year 09, and that's okay. If it takes place in a school, that makes sense. School is part of the community. The reason we have a school and community program is because they are very much linked with each other. So if you want to do a school activity in October, that's great. You just need to word it as such that it's part of the community as well. So you can invite community members in for the activity. Make sense?
That means we can implement activities in Totagam, as example in Totagam area. We also working in the Totagam community and in the Totagam Vijayawada College.
See, you got it. That's it.
We can do the activities in schools.
Yes.
To get.
You probably are saying, what is a rubric? That's the evaluation tool. It measures how well each proposal addresses the readiness phase, stakeholder and community involvement, budget and number, planning and monitoring of activity, and sustainability. This is why we talked about it earlier, because we are going to make sure that we look for it in a proposal. In a successful proposal, we'll look at these and mention these and discuss how they will address each of these very well. And I don't want you to think it's American Red Cross again standing up here and saying, you have to listen to me. No, it's just we want to make sure it's a fair process. We want to make sure that everyone's comments and responses to these proposals are included in the total. That's all it means. And you're not going to believe me until you see the rubric, but I'll show it to you. Okay. Sri Lanka Red Cross, the country manager says that they can veto an approved proposal, which means they say, if this is an approved proposal, according to the numbers, yet it doesn't have anything to do with PSP, then Joanne can say, I don't think so. Okay? It says that it's collaborative, and this is the key. Collaborative means that you are involved. It's not just the people in Colombo. It's the people in Gaul and the people in Colombo. You have equal say. Actually, you have more say because there's more of you, and whether a project gets approved or not.